The sky was clear and blue. The village looked peaceful from far away, but inside many hearts there was a quiet storm. Early in the morning, birds were flying over mud houses. A narrow dirt road passed through green fields. At the end of that road lived a young boy named Evan. Evan was not poor. He was not rich either. He was something more dangerous, confused. Every day Evan woke up late, not because he was tired, but because his mind always said, "Do it later." Later became his favorite word. Evan heard him but didn't move. He stayed on his bed, staring at the cracked ceiling. Inside his head, voices were fighting. You can sleep more. You can work tomorrow. You are still young. And Evan believed every single one. His father, Daniel, was already awake before sunrise. Daniel worked in the fields with calm eyes and strong hands. He believed in discipline, silence, and patience. One morning, Daniel stood outside their small house, looking at the blue sky. "Another beautiful day," he said softly. That day, the village school announced a small competition. The winner would get a scholarship to the city. Evan's friend Lucas was excited. Lucas was not smarter than Evan, but he had something Evan didn't single quotes T. control. Lucas woke up early, studied under a tree, helped his parents, and still found time to dream. "Evan," Lucas said, "this is our chance." Evan smiled lazily. "Relax, we still have time." Time heard that, and silently walked away. Near the fields lived an old man named Mr. Harris. He sat under a big tree every evening, watching the sky change colors. One evening, Evan passed by. "Why do you sit here every day?" Evan asked. Mr. Harris smiled. "I sit to watch my thoughts," he said. Evan laughed. "Thoughts? They come and go." Mr. Harris looked at him deeply. "No, son, thoughts don't just come and go. They build or destroy." Evan didn't understand. Not yet. The day of the competition arrived. Lucas walked confidently under the bright blue sky. Evan walked with fear hidden behind a smile. The questions were simple. Evan knew many answers. But his mind betrayed him. What if you fail? You should have studied more. You are not good enough. His hand shook. His focus broke. When the results came, Lucas won. Evan stood alone near the fields, watching the sky turn orange. That evening, his father said nothing. Silence was louder than anger. That night, Evan couldn't sleep. For the first time, he didn't blame his luck. He blamed his mind. He remembered every later. Every excuse. Every lost morning. Tears rolled down his face. "I'm weak," he whispered. "No," a voice said from behind. It was Mr. Harris. "You are not weak," the old man said. "You are undisciplined." Evan looked up. "Your mind is like a wild horse," Mr. Harris continued. "If you don't control it, it will throw you down." The next morning something changed. The sky was still blue. The village was the same, but Evan was not. He woke up before sunrise. His body resisted. His mind screamed, "Sleep. Stop." What's the point? Evan stood anyway. That was his first victory. Small, silent, powerful. Days passed. Evan studied under the same tree where Lucas once sat. He helped his father in the fields. His hands burned. His back hurt. But something inside him grew stronger. Self-control. Every time his mind said, "Quit," he replied, "Just 5 more minutes." 5 minutes became hours. Hours became habits. Daniel noticed the change. One evening, he placed his hand on Evan's shoulder. "I see you," he said. That was enough. Months later, another opportunity came. A training program in the nearby town. Evan was scared again. Fear returned. Doubt returned, but this time, Evan didn't run. He sat alone under the blue sky and talked to himself. "You can feel fear," he said, "but you don't have to obey it." That day, Evan applied. And this time he was selected. Before leaving the village, Evan visited Mr. Harris. "I understand now," Evan said. The old man smiled.